The people who walked in darkness have seen a great light. In the past week, some have known sorrow or disappointment, and for some the future looks far from bright. Let this Sabbath be an oasis of quietness. To the lonely may it bring companionship, to the sorrowing comfort, to the dispirited courage. To all of us, peace of mind and hope for the future. On page 88, would you please rise? Okay, if you want to light the candles first. So as we light the candles for the hostages, and in particular for Karina Ariev, and look forward to the time when she is able to come to London, as her cousin Anna will in this next week, and we hope to meet with her. We say, Ish leveto, Isha leveta, Kol yeled v'yalda lemitatam b'vitcha, Kan shamu v'chol makom. Every man to his house, every woman to her home, every boy and girl to their beds in safety, here, there, and in every place. Let us now move to lighting our Shabbat candles. And just in time as the other half of the family comes in. Hang on, wait, Kieran, for 1 second. Come on, come down the front, come on. There we go. We'll all squish you on. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's it. Perfect. Okay. And on the occasion of Kieran's 13th birthday, together with your family and in a community which you know so well, a place where, well, you're the third generation to enter into this special space. We say, we thank God for the years that you have spent of life. We pray that God ever to be praised, who brings bread to eat and clothes to wear and years to live, brings you always things that get better, never worse, and may God's goodness towards you never cease. In your life, you have already brought joy to your family, and whenever you come as a family into our presence, it brings joy to us as well. And so we ask God to bless you with an ancient benediction. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. May God look kindly upon you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God reach out to you in tenderness and bring you peace in your life, together with your lovely family, and together within whichever community you find yourself in life. And we thank God for being here at this moment to be able to celebrate with you. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Way to start our Shabbat service. Would you please be seated? For those who have just come in, we're on page 88. Page 88. There are days when we seek material things and measure failure by what we do not own. On the Sabbath, we wish not to acquire, but to share. There are days when we exploit nature with reckless greed. On the Sabbath, we stand in wonder before the mystery of creation. There are days when we think only of ourselves. but on the Sabbath we open our hearts to the needs and rights of others.
ועלי נבל, עלי היגיון בכינור, כי שימחתני אדוני בפועליך, במעשה ידיך ארנן. מה גדלו מעשיך אדוני, מאוד עמקו משאבותיך.
צדיק אתה
Eternal One reigns in grandeur robed and girded with strength. The world stands firm, it shall not be moved. Your throne is established from of old, for you are everlasting. The oceans roar, eternal God, the thundering oceans roar. Thundering oceans rage, yet greater than the roaring waves, mightier than the breaking seas, you stand supreme on high. Sure are the proofs of your power, O God, and holiness adorns your house forever.
לשם ותפארת ולתהילה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה כי מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת מקבלה התעוררי קיבה עורף קומי אורי שדברי כבוד אדוני עלייך תגלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת מקבלה בואי בשלום עטרת בעלה גם בשמחה ובצהלה תוך אמונה גאולה, בואי חלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
Please rise. Baruch hu et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach, Le'olam Baruch.
Praise the one to whom our praise is due. We praise the Eternal One, to whom our praise is due forever. Please be seated. And on a very icy night, as many of you have noticed, in the UK at least, Sasha, Irina, you must let us know what it's like in Lviv at this moment in time and around. I'm sure we fuss about nothing really. In Ukraine, I'm sure it's much, much colder. But thinking of all of that, but also the beauty that we've seen, and it's been wonderful to share so many photos around all the Project Postcode groups and on WhatsApp and Facebook as well. Please keep them all coming in as well, so we can share the joy of an icy week and time. We praise you, Eternal One, our God, Sovereign of the universe, whose word brings on the evening, whose wisdom opens heaven's gates, whose understanding changes times and seasons, and whose will sets the stars in their courses in the sky. You make day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light. You make day pass and bring on the night, and separate day from night. You rule the hosts of heaven. We praise you, O God, whose word makes evening full.
Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Ahavat
Together you shall love the Eternal One, your God, with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Let these words which I command you this day be always in your heart. Teach them diligently to your children. Speak of them in your home and on your way, when you lie down and when you rise up. Bind them as a sign upon your hand. Let them be like frontlets between your eyes. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and upon your gates.
ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Please be seated. And we read together, all this we hold to be true and sure. You alone, Eternal One, are our God, and we are Israel, your people. You have freed us from oppressors and delivered us from tyrants. You led us out of Egypt forever to serve you in freedom. When we witnessed your power, we praised your name and gave thanks. Willingly we accepted your rule, and then full of joy we sang together.
מי כמוך בנים אדוני, מי כמוך נדע בעולת, לא רע תהילות עושה פלא, אדוני אלוה לעולם ועד.
V'ne'emar, and it has been said, the Eternal One has delivered Jacob and redeemed us from the hand of one stronger than ourselves. Praise you, O God, Redeemer of Israel.
השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים.
Grant, Eternal God, that we may lie down in peace. Let us rise up to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your wise counsel, and for your name's sake be our help. Shield us from sickness and war, from famine and distress, and keep us from wrongdoing. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, for you are our guardian and deliverer, a gracious and merciful God. Guard our going out and our coming in, that now and always we may have life and peace.
ברוך אתה אדוני הפורש סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל יושבי תבל.
Please rise.
אדוני שפתי תפתח ופיי תגילתך. אדוני שפתי תפתח ופיי תגילתך. Eternal God, open up my lips, and my mouth shall declare your praise. Eternal God, open up my lips, that my mouth shall declare your praise.
Again, we read together. We praise you, Eternal One, our God and God of our ancestors, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, of Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah. Great and mighty, awesome and exalted God, you deal kindly with us and embrace us all. You remember the faithfulness of our ancestors, and in love bring redemption to their children's children for the sake of your name. You are our sovereign and helper, our redeemer and shield. We praise you, O God, shield of Abraham and protector of Sarah. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי מתים אתה רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מזריע שמש ומוריד השלג. החיות מתים, ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי המתים, קדוש אתה ונורא שמך, ואין לנו אלוה מבלעדיך, ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש. Please be seated. We thank you, O God, for this Sabbath day, which calls us to a closer communion with you. Though you are near to us at all times, you reveal your presence most clearly when we direct our thoughts towards you in worship and meditation. In you, O God, our humanity is exalted. You are our life. From you come its greatness, its power, its beauty. Establish in us, we humbly pray, a devotion to you that shall be firm in all the circumstances of life. May this service renew in our hearts the sense of your presence and bring us peace.
את השבת, לעשות את השבת, לדורותם ברית עולם, ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת וינפש.
Top of page 100, we read together, Our God and God of our ancestors, may our rest on this day be pleasing in your sight. Sanctify us by your commandments and make us loyal to your teaching. Satisfy us with your goodness, gladden us with your salvation, and purify our hearts to serve you in truth. In your gracious love, eternal one, let the holiness of your Sabbath enter our hearts, and may all Israel who hallow your name be exalted by its peace. We praise you, O God, for the holiness of the Sabbath. Eternal God, be gracious to your people Israel, and in your love accept their prayers. May our worship now and always be acceptable in your sight. We praise you, O God, whom alone we worship in reverence. We continue. We give thanks that you, Eternal One, are our God, as you were the God of our ancestors. You are the rock of our life, the power that shields us in every age. We thank and praise you for our lives which are in your hand, for our souls which are in your keeping, for the signs of your presence we encounter every day, and for your wondrous gifts at all times, morning, noon, and night. We praise you, O God, source of goodness, to whom our thanks are due.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasiim le'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasiim le'olam. Ki ata hu melech hador, lechol ha'shalom.
ata Adonai, osei hashalom. May the words of our mouths, meditations of our hearts be acceptable to you, O God, our rock and our Redeemer. Let us thank God for our family, for the bonds of love and loyalty which unite us and which keep us close together in spirit even when we are far apart. May we be modest in what we demand, generous in what we give, gentle in what we say, and considerate in what we do. So may our homes be places of security and happiness for us, of welcome and friendship for visitors, and a sanctuary worthy of the divine presence. This beautiful blessing written by Dad moves me every time I recite it, partly because I recite it at moments filled with emotion, either when there is a distance between parts of the family or because we happen to all be together. It also moves me across time and space. For my family, it's also in Ukraine and Israel, India and Ethiopia, indeed, on this night, in Gambia and Nairobi and Belfast. And of course, on this Shabbat, it is also in Los Angeles. It is also represented by the names I read on stones at Edgware Bury Cemetery and on our Tree of Life and in our remembrance book. And the names not given to souls yet to be conceived, that represent my hope for the future. The power of blessing transcends time and space. I once felt that when I stood in prayer on a Shabbat or holy day, that I stood next to every Jew who was engaged in prayer, regardless of time zone. It had all collapsed. We were all praying at the same time. It is different today when I experience the blessing of being in many synagogues covering many time zones over a Kabbalat Shabbat, the welcoming in of Shabbat. I've already been to 2 other synagogues this Shabbat. And yet the mystique is not lost and actually is reinforced in the Ark Synagogue. The rabbis in their tales envisaged, the Holy One said to the Jews, I have said to you, when you pray, pray in the synagogue in your city. If you cannot pray in the synagogue, pray in your field. If you cannot pray in your field, pray in your house. And if you cannot pray in your house, pray on your bed. And if you cannot pray on your bed, reflect in your heart. When there are still too many with no option but the latter, for where they lie offers no shelter, the rabbinic imagination is vital. Both the rabbinic imagination of old and of this moment. It is undiminished. There is an art of blessing, structured and formulaic, that is enhanced by the art of blessing that is truly free form. In this week's Torah portion, we are provided a formula that endures today. In Genesis 48:20, Jacob blesses Joseph's sons with the words, May God make you like Ephraim and Manasseh. Jewish families have added, may God make you like Sarah, Rebecca, Leah, and Rachel. And latterly, be who you are, and may you be blessed in all that you are. Which actually, if you think about it, is rather true to Jacob's original blessing. May you, Ephraim and Manasseh, be like you, Ephraim and Manasseh. The weight of such words are palpable. And when one witnesses, as we occasionally do, Sergei and Tatiana, the community leaders in Lutsk, bless their khaki-clad son back from service in Ukraine as they welcome in the Shabbat, they are deeply poignant. When we speak such formulaic words, we are open to the possibility also of freeform, the spontaneous desire to speak words either aloud or in our hearts and minds. In our home, the two are mixed, as from an early age, Shia began a toast or a blessing at Kiddush with Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, and then commenced in English with whatever blessing she wished to convey. Let me conclude these thoughts as maybe you continue to conceive of and recite your own blessings with the words of Rabbi Leslie I. Edgar, who Rabbi John Rayner, Zichrono Livracha, termed a second-generation spiritual leader of our union. Normally, we are compelled to pass from one task to another in quick succession. One duty is completed to be followed immediately by the next. A difficulty surmounted, a problem solved is replaced with such rapidity by further worries and by other cares that we have no choice in daily life but to live from one minute to another, to eliminate from our minds everything but that which is immediately ahead of us and which demands immediate attention. In worship, however, we are freed from the pressure of life. There are no immediate tasks to be performed, no insistent needs clamoring for immediate satisfaction. For once, we are guaranteed time and quietude, the rarest possessions in life today. For once, we can escape from the tyranny of the next minute with its worries, tasks, and duties. I suspect that was probably written over 70 or 75 years ago, but how relevant today? May these have been blessed moments of blessings. May our blessings be like those of Jacob, as we bless future generations, and past generations, we hope, feel blessed by us. And may the words of our mouths and the meditations of our hearts be acceptable to you, O God, our rock and our Redeemer.
Ihu ratzon librei fi, Ihu ratzon imrei fi, ve'egion libi lefanecha, ve'egion libi lefanecha, Adonai tzuri v'goali, Adonai tzuri v'goali.
We turn now to our concluding prayers that you can find on page 520. Page 520. And when you found them, please rise. Let us now praise the Sovereign of the universe and proclaim the greatness of its Creator, whose unity it is our mission to make known, whose rule it is our task to make effective.
ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש 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 ברוך הוא.
Who spread out the heavens and established the earth, whose glory fills the highest heavens, whose might extends throughout all space, who alone is our God, for no other exists, who in truth is our sovereign, for there is none else. As it is written, know then this day and take it to heart. The Eternal One is God in the heavens above, and on the earth below. There is no other.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
As we worship before you, O God, we think of those who once shared with us the joys and burdens of life and are no longer in our midst. On this Shabbat, we recall the yahrzeits of Alan Lewis, the husband of Joan and father of Ros and Martin and brother of Suzanne, of Gerald Goldberg, the father of David, of Ina Diamanda, mother of Ingrid Squires, of Henry Clifford, the father of Brenda Newman, grandfather of Lara Kilty, David Burl, remembered by Judy, Josh, Vanessa, Francesca, and Gabriella, Stanley Fryer, the father of Avril Whitty, Arthur Fiber, the father of John and Miriam, and Chris Dales, the brother of Richard and John Fiber, Marion Hilda Kay, the aunt of Leo and Yvette Mindell, Ronald Gerard, the father of Celia Voss, Ilsa Kent, the mother of Gilda Goldstein, mother-in-law of Bernard, Maurice Selman, the wife of Valerie, Robin Gorell, the sister of Jan Roseman, Marcus Samuels, the father of Philippa Lewis, father of Ruth and Michael, and Martha Rice, who, just mentioning the name brings a smile to so many of our faces of old. The sorrow of bereavement is softened by the bond of love which continues to unite us with our dear ones, and by our cherished memories of them, which we will always carry in our hearts. May all that was good in their lives remain with us as an influence for good. O God, grant consolation to those who are in sorrow, and light to those in darkness. Teach us at all times to put our trust in you, to praise your name, as we do together. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chai echon v'yom echon v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agalau v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shemei rabbah mavarach le'olam u'lalmei amaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'a v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitada v'yitalei v'yitalal shemei dekudesha b'richu, Le'ela minko birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechemata, da'amiran ba'alma v'imru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Osei shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael, v'yal kol b'nei adam, v'imru, amen. Please be seated. This is a quiet Shabbat, although we don't quite know what's going to happen because we have our teachers being trained tomorrow morning, but I believe it's upstairs, so it may still be a quiet morning before Heidi comes back next week. But a number of things kicking off. We start our new round of Hebrew programs this Tuesday. Please do re-register or register if it's the first time you wish to join us. They really are wonderful community events, and I promise you, I can get you to read Hebrew within 3 months, okay? So I'm a language teacher, I'm not professional like others, but I can give it a go. I pretty much reckon that. Michelle, what do you reckon, 3 months? You did it in less than a few weeks, didn't you? Also, this week, as well as our regular things, we also have our monthly positive poetry, which is on Thursday morning. And please also register for a number of other different things, which are going to be coming up in the near future. Our film club on the 21st, our trip to the Wiener Library around Holocaust Memorial Day, which is February the 3rd. There are, I think, only 8 places left. So if you want to get on there, please get on the butter very quickly. And also for a walk on Tu B'Shvat with me, if you fancy, on the 13th of February around Rickmansworth Aquadrome. And if you don't fancy the walk, you can just meet us for the coffee or the tea afterwards back in the cafe there. For those who are online, please do join our Kiddush Zoom room right now, because we're going to be making Kiddush in the sanctuary here straight after we conclude the service, because it's a lot warmer in here than it is in the Azorio Hall. That's a really good reason. So we can begin as we sing Yom Zel Yisrael on page 603. We're going to sing Yom Zel. No, I'm going to switch it up a little bit, actually. We're going to finish with a nice, simple, keeping the rather chill factor that we have for this service. And lovely, thank you so much for all of your comments, and also that people really appreciated the quietness of this service as well. We might pivot slightly to some very, very simple words, which we hope you'll join me in. Ma yafeh hayom. How good is this day? Shabbat Shalom. Shalom to you all, and please do come and gather round at the front of the sanctuary as we make Kiddush all together. We've got a bumper crew in our Kiddush Zoom room already, so please do join them. The link is at the bottom of your screen, and you'll be able to do that really easily just by linking onto it. It's already wonderful to see so many wonderful people. Parashat HaShavua this morning was nearly a double minyan, and we've got over a minyan already. You're a minyan, not a minion, you understand, of course, in our Kiddush Zoom room. So hopefully, just as they do in Lutsk, please can we have some visuals of all the cups which are around there as well. They did get my mug of tea earlier on, because it was only 2 o'clock our time or 3 o'clock our time, and I was still on my tea. Not on wine by that moment in time. But let us sing together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava u'ratzon hinhilanu zikaron l'maaseh bereshit. Ki hu yom tefillah lemikra hekodesh zefer l'tziat Mitzrayim. Kivanu v'chalta v'otanu kiddashta
קודשך, באהבה וברצון הנהלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, מקדש השבת. Amen.
L'chaim to you all. L'chaim. And I think we've got colour coming round any minute now as well. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Shabbat shalom to everybody on our live stream. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Shabbat shalom.